welcome to another video. I'm sorry if I sound weird. I am sick again. I remember I was sick like 2 months ago and I'm sick again. So sorry about that. If you're gonna be watching my videos, you should all get sick pretty often. I have a terrible immune system. But anyway, today is another sketchbook tour, and it's actually a sketchbook tour on one of my Inktober sketchbooks. This one is from 2018, and it was specifically mythology themed not mythology themed Inktober. And so it's sketchbook 29.5. I guess I put 28 by accident and I tried to change it to a 9. So it's sketchbook 29.5. So this is the one right before sketchbook 30, because I did that weird half thing for some reason. I could have just made it 30, but I decided not to. So we can just go ahead and get started. I think I've talked about this particular sketchbook before. It's just you create sketchbook. They were pretty cheap at like Target or Walmart or whatever. So yeah. This part says August 2018. I guess I started it then, and I just stopped using it until Inktober 2018. I'm not sure. These are just some marker swatches to test out the markers. As you can see, there's a lot of marker bleed. I intended to make these squares, but as you can see, they feathered out a lot, so they're more like blobs. I'll just say if you use this sort of paper for markers, there is a lot of bleed on it. So a little bit of sketches of bodies. These are just some little doodles. I guess I was getting used to the sketchbook with markers. Like, as you can see here, it bleeds out a lot. I don't know if I still like the paper. I used it recently in one of my more recent sketchbooks, just as like a little doodle sketchbook, but I didn't really use markers in it. I was just using pen and ink and stuff, and it was not bad for that. So these are a mixed media sketchbook, but the paper's pretty thin, so I don't know if I would do lots of heavy stuff on here. More little marker swatches. I think I was just testing to see if my markers were dry there. Just little doodles. I don't really get into the finished pieces until I get to the Inktober stuff. And I don't think I finished the Inktober for this year, for 2018, but I think I did a lot of them. And even if I didn't finish them, I did plot out a lot of them. A little face that I didn't finish. He was a slime boy this time. And then a little face of a guy just being angry, I guess. This is just a bleed page. More little doodles of my OCs that I didn't finish. This is just a little one of the demon guy, and then this was going to be the girl, but I didn't finish it. You just see so much bleed in that one. Another bleed page. Sorry, I'm just upset. I'm going back to wasting paper again. This is going to be a doodle of my OCs hanging out. I don't remember what this was a drawing of, but she has a knife, which is a little scary. This is a drawing of Toga. I think this is supposed to be twice right here in that corner, but I don't know. Oh yeah, there's the finished Toga. I don't like this one. It doesn't look like her. I think in like, not the next sketchbook tour, but in about 5 more sketchbooks, we'll get like to the Toga piece that I actually ended up liking. These were some OC doodles, and this was my body horror thing, because they're like crawling on the floor, crying. You can't see why they're crying, but I know why they're crying while they're crawling on the floor. A ghost boy, and this was the initial sketch for the ghost boy. Just some heads. I don't remember what was going on in this one. I don't know if they're looking at each other. Some little doodles. This was supposed to be candy gore or whatever, where it is gore, but it's like in bright pastel colors, so it's not super disturbing. You guys can let me know if it's disturbing. I guess it is a little bit disturbing when you think about it hard, but just don't think about it hard, and it's not. I just wanted to do some people with like the opposite hair. Like her hair is green and his shirt is green, and then his hair is blue and her shirt is blue. Just something cute right there. Very contrasting with this one, I think. I think this is going to be a drawing of a character that I have. He is a troll, and it kind of takes place in a story where he's like a good troll, I guess. He lives under a bridge, and one day a princess is being kidnapped, but she is tossed, she falls off of the bridge, essentially, and the guys go to grab her after like the kidnappers go to pick her up from under the bridge, and they notice that he's there, and he kind of like scoops her up because he can tell that they're evil, so he like scoops her up and brings her under the bridge, and they're like, oh shit, we can't grab her because he's like a troll and he'll kill us, right? Because like trolls like eat people or whatever, and so he pretty much nurses her back to life. And then after that, she's so grateful that basically she brings him to live in the castle with her, and it's like this whole story. And then she's got like a prince like fiance, and the fiance's like, girl, you can't bring a fucking troll here. And she's like, oh, he saved my life. And so it's like a whole story. It's very cute. I tried to draw him just one time, but didn't really work out. I think it was too ambitious and I got scared. A drawing of Ghost Boy being sad. A drawing of Sailor Moon that sucks. This was also going to be Ghost Boy. Whenever I draw like in that blue color, I feel like it's always supposed to be Ghost Boy. Drawing of Deku. This is purple, not purple, a blue and red sketch because I couldn't find my pink pen at the time. A drawing of a character named Joe. I think I've talked about Joe a little bit in the past. Joe's supposed to be like a mafia hitman guy, but I never really got around to writing their story, so. A drawing of a girl that I designed with what's it called, Monster Girl Maker #1, not #2. I still follow the artist. Her name is Ghoul Kiss, so I think her art is really good, and she does like a lot of like pastel gore type stuff and like body horror and aliens and shit. I love her art so much. It's so beautiful. It's like really striking. Just like a girl. I think she's supposed to be a siren. A drawing of a little person that's like a goat. I think a goat. I don't know. They have goat eyes. This was me planning out, these are little thumbnail sketches for, what's it called, the, for the Inktober, that is the Greek mythology. I decided to do, it was Greek mythology ladies, because these were all the prompts, was for the ladies, and so I think we're getting into, those now. Like I said, I did plan out little thumbnails for each of them. I didn't finish all of them. I think I did, well, we'll see when I go through them, basically. Still not quite there yet though, but this is just a drawing of a girl and another drawing of a girl, but she's angry. Ooh, she's so mad. Sorry, these sketches are really light. I can't not even read what this says. Oh, because I was going to do Goretober. For a while I was thinking about doing Goretober. And I do remember one year I did try Goretober. I didn't get very far. I did like 3 or 4 prompts for Goretober. But you guys probably will not see those because they're not really safe for YouTube. Because it's, like I said, gory. But yeah. This is a drawing of Ghost Boy. This is one you'll see of a concept of a little bit later, I believe. I'm not sure. Another drawing of Ghost Boy. And this was also going to be Ghost Boy. I just wanted Ghost Boy to be sleepy. So I tried the yawning, but I was like, that's ugly. So I just drew him rubbing his eye instead. Oh, I thought that was cuter. Here we get into the Greek mythology Inktober pieces. I don't know why this is my Greek mythology Inktober sketchbook when half of it is not that. But it's fine, I guess. Day 1 is Hestia. Hestia is the goddess of the hearth, so I had her tending a fire. This is not what a hearth looks like at all. This is a campfire, but that's fine, I guess. At first I wanted it to be very limited in the color and the inking, but as you see as it goes on longer, I added more markers because I was like, this is not gonna work for me. Day 2 was Demeter, and this was Demeter being upset that Persephone was taken, so she's turning the whole world into winter. This was a bleed page. This was supposed to originally be the day 1 page, I guess, but I didn't like it. This one was done in ink, which is why it's all, this is like an ink wash, and the trees are ink. Very limited color here also. This is me. This is also my original day 2 page, but I just did doodles on it. I don't remember what day this is, but I do know that it is Medusa. And so here she is praying at the altar of Athena, and this is supposed to be Poseidon, but people are like, it kind of looks like a child. And I agree, it's because the amount of frame that he takes up, he should be much larger to get more of the frame. But basically it's Poseidon plotting on Medusa while she's just, if you know the Medusa myth, you know why that is significant. I'm not really going to get into it here because it's a little touchy there, depending on which version of the myth you believe in. I can't remember what the name is. Let me look back on the page because I wrote them all down initially. I think her name is Metis. But basically she is the mother of Athena. I'm not gonna look back at it. Basically she's the mother of Athena, and for her myth is she got turned into a fly, and eaten by Zeus, I believe, to hide his affair with her. And she ended up in Zeus's head, but she was already pregnant. So while she was in Zeus's head, she was working on making Athena her armor in his head. Right, I guess she should be a fly in this, now that I'm thinking about it. But she was working on making Athena's armor in her head, and it gave Zeus like a splitting headache. And he was like, this headache is so terrible. I need any sort of relief. And so Hephaestus broke his head open, and Athena popped out in a full suit of armor. And anyway, that's part of the myth, is that I think it's Metis made her armor in Zeus's mind, which is why he had such a bad headache. This is Hestia. She's the goddess of the crossroads, so I just drew her at the crossroads, and she's also known to carry these twin torches. It's a very literal translation, I guess. This is another goddess. I cannot remember her name, but she's like the goddess of not madness, but like grief or something. I cannot exactly remember, but she's known to like cry blood. That's why her tears are blood. And she's like in distress. I cannot remember exactly which goddess she is though. This is Hera sitting on her throne. I think she's supposed to be squeezing, not a pomegranate, because is it a pomegranate? I don't think pomegranate is her fruit, but something akin to a pomegranate. She's like squeezing it. Yeah, that's supposed to be Hera. This is Athena, because I was like, I could draw Athena in like all of her robes and stuff, but I decided to draw the Athena from the myth of where, well, it's kind of graphic, but when Hephaestus had a crush on her and he tried to force himself on her, and she was like fighting him back. That's what this is. But now I think about it, it is kind of graphic, and I don't know if it's like appropriate to share on YouTube. So this is Pandora, obviously Pandora's box. I know some people are gonna be like, oh, did you know that Pandora's box was like not actually, it was a box, it was a jar? I'm like, yeah, I read Percy Jackson 2 guy, okay. I'm just kidding. But I know it's not actually supposed to be a box. It's supposed to be more of like a jar. But still, I just drew it as a box for simplicity's sake. This is another Greek goddess, as you said, to that concept from earlier, because she is the goddess of madness, and she like manipulates the minds of men. So that's what that is. This is Circe. If you guys know the legend of Circe, she was known to trick men to eating with her, like bringing them in and be like all hospitable, and then she turned them into pigs. That was from the Odyssey, and so this is her drinking her wine at one of those dinners before she turns you into a pig, I guess. This is Io, I believe, who was turned into a cow by Zeus, and so her soul is inside of the cow skull. Again, to hide one of his affairs. You know how Zeus is about his affairs. This was another goddess. And I don't remember who she is, but she was like known to like cough up flower petals or something. I can't remember the myth, sorry. This was another goddess. They were all a lot of goddesses, okay? I cannot exactly remember her name, but I do remember that she was known to lead men to disaster. And so I thought it was funny if it was like one of those girlfriend travel things where she was like holding your hand and she's like leading you somewhere cute and fun, but it was like she's leading you to disaster. I thought that would be funny. This is another goddess. I cannot exactly remember. I just remember that she was known for falling in love for something. I can't remember. And she had like angel wings. I cannot remember at all. I remember who this goddess is. I think she's one of, I cannot remember right now, but she's like the goddess of snakes, but in like a nice way. I can't remember. To be honest, I don't remember this one at all. I can't tell you, couldn't tell you. I feel really bad. I don't know. This is obviously Persephone. I don't know if it's super obvious. She didn't die, but she was like, what's it called, forced to live in the underworld for 6 months. So that's kind of like, it felt like she died to her mother, I guess. I like this one for a long time. I don't like it anymore, and I feel like I could do better. This was supposed to be that girl who was strapped to what's it called? Strapped to a rock in Perseus's story. I cannot remember her name. But she was strapped to a rock to be fed to a sea monster. But Perseus ended up saving her and getting married to her. I don't know what her name is. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I don't know what this one is either. I really should have wrote the names here. I just wrote day 20. Like, silly friend. You're not gonna remember those forever. But yeah, I don't know what this one is. Something about ball. This one is supposed to be Iris. I know that because I know the legend of of Iris. And basically what started the whole Trojan War or whatever, is Iris with her golden apple to like start some shit with Athena and Aphrodite and Persephone. I think this is the girl who was the cupbearer before that dude who was the cupbearer. But I'm not sure. Again, this one is blank because I didn't finish. I got to, yeah, this is all blank because I never finished. I think the whole sketchbook is blank. I think that's the last of it. Oh, no, here's a Doodle. Oh, I remember I really liked this one. I felt like her proportions were nice. And I really liked her face and her body. But now I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is way off. That arm is way too long. But I still kind of like it. I really like her expression. And it was my first time drawing, I think those are braids. Yeah. I think she looks cute here. I just wish the marker wasn't so patchy. And I think, no, there's another one here. Another girl with a little crazy expression on her face. And, yep, that's the last one in this sketchbook. Alrighty, friends, that is the end of the sketchbook tour. I hope you enjoyed it. This one is actually a little bit of a shorter one today, but that's okay. Not every sketchbook tour needs to be super, super long. I like this one. Like I said, we're getting to the point where I'm at some of my better sketchbooks. I kind of wish I had finished this Inktober because I really like Greek mythology. I find that stuff really interesting. But I feel like if I had finished that, maybe I would remember the prompts a little bit more. But yeah, thank you guys for spending this time with me. I will go ahead and see you in the next one. Bye.